Everyone talks about Tesla like it's the ultimate car brand, but personally, I see it more like a revolution than just the best car ever made.
Oh no!
Yeah, the tech is insane. But is Tesla really what people think it is, or something else entirely? For over a century, the global automotive industry operated as an impenetrable fortress. The rules were carved in iron, steel, and gasoline. You built internal combustion engines. You relied on a sprawling, century-old supply chain of dealerships, oil conglomerates, and legacy manufacturing. Innovation was measured in fractional percentages of fuel efficiency or the addition of a slightly better cup holder. The idea that a company from Silicon Valley, a region famous for software, not heavy metal, could dismantle this empire was not just dismissed, it was considered a physical impossibility. But impossibility is merely a temporary condition. This is how a tiny startup, fueled by audacious engineering and a relentless, chaotic drive, forced the entire automotive world to rewrite its DNA or face extinction. The year is 2003. The dot-com bubble has burst, but the embers of technological optimism remain. In July, two engineers, Martin Eberhard and Mark Tarpenning, incorporate a company named Tesla Motors. Their inspiration is not a grand, sweeping vision of saving the planet, but a visceral reaction to a specific, obscure vehicle. The AC propulsion Zero. The Zero proved that electric vehicles did not have to be slow, ugly, or limited to a 30-mile range. It used thousands of commodity laptop batteries to achieve genuine sports car performance. Eberhard and Tarpenning wanted to commercialize this exact concept. However, they lacked the necessary capital. They needed a heavyweight to back their vision. Enter Elon Musk. Having just netted over $150 million from the sale of PayPal, Musk was actively searching for his next frontier. He had already founded SpaceX in 2002 with the goal of making humanity multi-planetary. When Eberhard presented the Tesla business plan, Musk did not just see a car company. He saw the necessary catalyst to accelerate the world's transition to sustainable energy. In February 2004, Musk led the Series A funding round, injecting $6.5 million. By 2006, Tesla unveiled its first product, the Roadster. The strategy was classic Silicon Valley disruption. Do not start with a cheap, compromised vehicle, start at the top. Build a low-volume, high-price halo car to prove the technology, fund the research, and shatter the public perception of electric vehicles. The Roadster was based on the chassis of the Lotus Elise. It boasted a range of 245 miles and could accelerate from 0 to 60 miles per hour in under 4 seconds. The automotive press was intrigued, but the engineering reality was brutal. Adapting the lightweight Lotus chassis to handle the immense weight and torque of the battery pack resulted in catastrophic structural failures during early crash tests. Tensions between Musk and Eberhard reached a boiling point. Musk demanded aggressive cost-cutting and a complete redesign of the drivetrain. Eberhard resisted. In 2007, the internal conflict culminated in Eberhard's ousting. Musk stepped into the vacuum, assuming the role of Chief Executive Officer. The year 2008 brought the global financial crisis. Venture capital evaporated overnight. Tesla was days away from bankruptcy. Musk faced an impossible choice: let the company die and lose his remaining fortune, or gamble everything on a Hail Mary. He chose the latter. He poured his last $35 million into the company, taking on personal debt just to meet payroll. Salvation arrived from an unlikely ally, Daimler, the German automotive giant behind Mercedes-Benz. Daimler was quietly exploring electric powertrains and needed a partner. Tesla engineers famously retrofitted a smart car with a Tesla battery pack in a matter of weeks, stunning the German executives. This proof of concept secured a crucial $50 million investment from Daimler in May 2009. The year 2010 marked a monumental shift in the financial and cultural perception of the electric vehicle. In June of that year, Tesla Motors went public. The initial public offering raised $226 million, providing the crucial war chest needed for Tesla's next and most dangerous phase of expansion. He decided to bypass them entirely, selling directly to buyers through company-owned galleries and online. This decision triggered a vicious multi-year legal and legislative war. While this legal quagmire drained resources and delayed expansion into certain states, it fundamentally altered the retail automotive landscape. Today, nearly every major automaker is attempting to replicate this direct sales model, recognizing that the traditional dealership experience is a massive liability in the digital age. In June 2012, Tesla delivered the first Model S. It was not a converted gasoline car with the engine swapped for a motor. It was designed from the ground up as an electric vehicle. The Model S was a revelation. Designed by Franz von Holzhausen, it was a stunning, full-size luxury sedan that looked like it belonged in a science fiction film. But the true genius lay beneath the skin. Tesla utilized a skateboard chassis architecture, placing the heavy battery pack flat along the floor of the vehicle. It also eliminated the front engine entirely, creating a frunk that offered massive additional storage space. Tesla had built a centralized, software-defined vehicle. The dashboard was dominated by a massive 17-inch touchscreen that controlled almost every function of the car. More importantly, the Model S was equipped with cellular connectivity, allowing for over-the-air software updates. If a flaw was discovered, it required a costly physical recall. A Tesla owner could go to sleep on a Tuesday and wake up on Wednesday to find that their car had gained 10 miles of range, improved its braking distance, or received a completely new user interface. They were competing against a Silicon Valley software company, and they had no idea how to write code at that scale. Yet a brilliant vehicle is useless if consumers are terrified of being stranded on the highway. Range anxiety was the single largest psychological barrier to mass electric vehicle adoption. In late 2012, the company began deploying the supercharger network, strategically placed along major highways, exactly the distance a fully charged Model S could travel. Tesla negotiated directly with landowners, secured massive electrical hookups, and initially made charging entirely free for Model S buyers. While competitors relied on third-party networks, Tesla controlled the entire experience from the battery chemistry in the car to the electricity in the plug. It allowed Tesla owners to embark on cross-country road trips with ease, a process that took them nearly a decade to catch up to. As the Model S began dominating the luxury sedan market, Musk made a move in 2014 that baffled traditional corporate strategists. Tesla announced that it would never initiate patent lawsuits against anyone who, in good faith, wanted to use their technology. In an industry notorious for fiercely guarding intellectual property and engaging in endless patent litigation, Tesla was giving away its secrets for free. Musk understood that Tesla alone could not build enough electric vehicles to impact global carbon emissions. The entire industry needed to transition. This validated the market, attracted new talent to the EV sector, and most crucially, incentivized the global supply chain to scale up the production of lithium-ion batteries and electric motors, including Tesla. This realization that battery supply and cost were the ultimate bottlenecks led to the most audacious manufacturing announcement of the decade. If Tesla wanted to build an affordable car, they needed to drastically reduce the cost of the battery pack, which accounted for nearly half the vehicle's total price. The Gigafactory was designed to be a marvel of modern manufacturing, combining battery cell production, module assembly, and drivetrain manufacturing under one massive roof. Automaker, it was a massive consumer of raw materials like lithium, cobalt, and nickel. They needed to secure their own supply chains, build their own battery plants, and vertically integrate their operations just to survive. Tesla had once again shifted the battlefield. By the end of 2015, Tesla had proven that electric vehicles could be luxurious, software-driven, and capable of long-distance travel, but it was still a low-volume luxury item. The true test of Tesla's survival and the moment that would truly terrify the global automotive establishment was yet to come. They now had to build a car for the masses. The year 2016 marked the moment Tesla transitioned from a niche luxury automaker to a direct existential threat to the global automotive establishment, and then used that money to build an even more affordable car. The Roadster and the Model S had fulfilled the first two steps. Now it was time for the final, most dangerous phase. In March 2016, Tesla unveiled the Model 3. build a premium, fully electric vehicle for the masses with a starting price of $35,000, waiting for days just to place a $1,000 refundable deposit. By the end of the following week, Tesla had amassed 400,000 reservations. The production of the Model 3 was crawling at a fraction of the required pace. Wall Street analysts were openly predicting bankruptcy within months. In a move that shattered every conventional rule of automotive manufacturing, Musk decided to abandon the failing automated lines and bring the humans back in. The Model 3 went on to become the best-selling electric vehicle in the world, and briefly the best-selling luxury car in the United States, with the Model 3 stabilizing the company's finances. Yet, when the factories reopened, Tesla's agility allowed it to bounce back with terrifying speed. Tesla's software engineers rewrote firmware on the fly to accommodate alternative microchips, keeping the assembly lines moving. Replaced by the mobility technology conglomerate, automakers now employ more software engineers than mechanical engineers. They structure their long-term financial forecasts around battery chemistry advancements and silicon processing power rather than horsepower and torque, required to shatter the industry's complacency, and an absolute refusal to accept the physical and economic limitations set by his peers.